Good morning, my friends. I hope you're all moving with ease and with grace through these lessons. And today we're at lesson 23. We're going to begin our day with a little bit of peace and quiet and setting the day up as we would like it to continue. So gently closing your eyes down. And this morning we'll just take a little bit of time to listen to the sounds around us. Being present to anything that you hear in your vicinity. And then extending your hearing to outside. See if you can pick up any sounds from outside the room that you're in. And then letting go of actively listening and coming to notice the sensation of sitting. The sensation of your arms rested against your body. And then being present to your breath, the comings and the goings of your breath. And then gently taking your chin down, bowing your head towards your heart. We begin this day in gratitude. We open our hearts and we surrender to love. We ask love and light to lead the way through the minutes and the hours of this new day. We welcome joy, fun, and abundant prosperity. We recognize that all encounters are wholesome and that all experiences can be met with a peaceful heart that is anchored in the truth that we are one, that we are love, and that we are free. And so we release these words and we let it be. And here we go, lesson 23. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. So this is another invitation to seeing with our higher mind or with our Christ vision. The idea for today contains the only way out of fear that will ever succeed. So many of us have tried the gym, many of us have tried booze, many of us have tried, cigarettes, many of us have tried drugs, many of us have tried rounds and rounds of therapy. And this is telling us that nothing else will work except for giving up attack thoughts. Everything else is meaningless. This way cannot fail. Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. Like, just take that in. Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. It is with your thoughts, then, that we must work. If your perception of the world is to be changed, this is really, really powerful. If you take on that form follows consciousness. So wherever your consciousness is what you're going to see in the world. So if your consciousness is rested in peace, if you're using your Christ vision, then what you're going to see is peace everywhere. So again, we're back to that sense of responsibility. And it's such a beautiful invitation to start to give up attack thoughts. And, ultimately, all those things I mentioned, they are to escape the world. And it's not that I have any judgment on therapy whatsoever. I don't. I've done many rounds of therapy myself. However, ultimately, at the end of the day, we still need to give up our attack thoughts. So if the cause of the world you see is attack thoughts, you must learn that these thoughts which you do not want. There is no point in lamenting the world. There is no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change because it is merely an effect. So it's like a mirror of your mind. But there is indeed a point in changing your thoughts about the world. Here you are changing the cause and the effect will automatically change. So we all know those famous words from Gandhi, be the change you want to see in the world. And that's what this lesson is inviting us to. The world you see is a vengeful world, and everything in it is a symbol of vengeance. Each of your perceptions of external reality is a pictorial representation of your own attack thoughts. So a teacher of mine used to say there's no pissing spot in the pool, excuse my language. So it's to think that we cannot put things into the world, we cannot contribute things and think that they're not going to impact the world. So it's back to the war peace thing that I often refer to as well, or, you know, adding poison to the soup that is the world. Is not, oh yeah. So one can well ask if this can be called seeing. Is not fantasy a better word for such a process, and hallucination a more appropriate term for the result? So it's the attack, the result of the attack that we seem to see. You see the world that you have made, but you do not see yourself as the image maker. So we don't think we're responsible at all. We think all this stuff is happening outside of us and it has nothing to do with us. You cannot be saved from the world, but you can escape from its cause. And its cause is our ego or our ego mind, and that set of beliefs, that set of constructs that we have come to identify ourselves as. This is what salvation means. For where is the world you see when its cause is gone? So salvation means we become our own savior. We become the change we want to see. We take responsibility. We take ownership and we begin to make change. And that change has an effect on the world. It's really, really powerful. So it's not giving your power away to anything else, anything external. It's literally saying, I'm going to shift my consciousness to a peaceful consciousness. And outside, I'm going to begin to see more peace and I'm going to extend love wherever I go. You see, oh yeah, vision holds a replacement for everything you think you see now. So vision, again, we're talking about seeing with the higher mind, with the true mind, with Christ consciousness. Loveliness can light your images and so transform them that you will love them, even though they were made of hate. For you will not be making them alone. You will be making them together with your higher mind or with your inner wisdom. And I just want to share a story, and I may have shared this earlier, forgive me if I did, but it warrants repeating. So I had been going, the first morning I arrived and stayed in this hotel, I went down for breakfast, or sorry, after I had stayed the night, I went down for breakfast the next day. And I was shocked at the amount of people that were there, and it all seemed very chaotic, and it wouldn't normally be my cup of tea. I kind of tend to like small, quiet places. And this place was full of busyness and noise, and it just felt hectic. So much so that I decided that I was going to look for my money back and ask to have, get my money back and go have my breakfast somewhere else for the rest of my time here. And then, you know, I sat with this decision before I went and spoke to the person at reception. And as I went inwards and sat with it, you know, and I took it to my inner wisdom, I heard a voice saying, no, you can do this and make this into an offering or make this into a meditation. And so I went down the next day with a shift in consciousness and I saw something completely different. You know, I saw families on holidays. I saw couples, you know, making efforts at one another. I saw the absolute beauty of the staff here as they orchestrated everything and made it work so well. And it was an absolute joy to behold. And it's got to the stage now where I really look forward to going down for breakfast because I've had this shift in consciousness. And instead of seeing chaos, I'm now seeing beauty. Nothing has changed except for my perception, you know? So always go to your inner wisdom. Always ask what's mine to do here, what's mine to see here. How would you have me see this? And watch the changes occur. Watch and listen. The idea for today introduces the thought that you are not trapped in the world or in the body that you see, because its cause can be changed. This change requires first that the cause be identified and then let go so that it can be replaced. The first two steps in this process require your cooperation. The final one does not. Your images have already been replaced by taking the first two steps. You will see that this is so. Besides using it throughout the day as the need arises, 5 practice periods are required in applying today's idea. As you look about you, repeat the idea slowly to yourself at first, and then close your eyes and devote a minute or so to searching your mind for as many attack thoughts as occur to you. As each one crosses your mind, say, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about. And I've written an example down here from before, and it was, that nobody is going to buy cacao off me because I sell cacao and, sales have been slow. And that's an attack thought. So that's how simple they are. But like, we're constantly having these. So you're just going to sit and notice the kind of things that you say to yourself. We often say really mean and cruel things to ourselves about our bodies as well. We all have this desire to be perfect, to live up to some image that someone has sold us. So just start to notice the kind of things that you say, because literally what you see and what you say to yourself, you value. This is what you have on your altar. This is what takes, prominence in your mind. Hold each attack thought in mind as you say this, and then dismiss the thought and go to the next one. So we're just going to sift our way through them. In the practice periods, be sure to include both your thoughts of attacking and of being attacked. So the things you think are happening from the outside, and then the things that you are doing. Their effects are exactly the same because they are exactly the same. You do not recognize this as yet, and you are asked at this time only to treat them as the same in today's practice periods. We are still at the stage of identifying the cause of the world you see. When you finally learn that the thoughts of attack and of being attacked are not different, you will be ready to let the cause go. Okay. And we're always in the perfect place. We're always in the perfect classroom for learning. There's always opportunities all around us. And this lesson is just an amazing one to start to look and to start to notice and to start to grow in awareness. So let's take it into a practice. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about blank. So it could be attack thoughts about other people, situations, about yourself, anything that is an attack thought. So gently close your eyes down and just see what happens to cross your mind. And when you're ready, gently opening your eyes. This morning I was having an attack thought about my husband in relation to my mother-in-law, and my my belief that he should go and see her more often, and my judgment on his choices that he makes. And not only did I have that attack thought about him, I shared that attack thought as well. And, realizing it this morning that all that needs is that shift in consciousness, that I give up this thought and I will see peace and I will know peace and I will not be in judgment of my husband anymore. And as you can see, like, they're really simple, but they're also really humbling. There's something about realizing that this is something I have made up. Everything about this I have made up. And that I don't know what anything is for. I can just be gently curious. I can return to innocence. I can return him to innocence because, by seeing him in this light, I'm not seeing the love in him. I'm not seeing the light in him. I'm seeing something that is not there, that is not true. So I'm grateful for this lesson today. So now we let the lessons go, knowing that you're going to practice them 4 more times. And also, if anything crosses your path, if anything that comes up that you find yourself being pulled into, or annoyed about, or raging about, or disappointed about, or whatever it is, whatever the emotion, just recognizing that you can give it up. Okay, so let's close with a little time of meditation. Gently close your eyes down once more and allow yourself to sink into the quiet and into the peace. Drop from your head down into your heart. And this morning, just allowing yourself to smile at your heart, gently lifting the corners of your mouth. Visualizing a beautiful red color as you smile at your heart. Continuing to stay present to your heart. Stay present to the love that you are. Present to the light that you are. Present to the innocence that you are. And when you're ready, drop your chin into your chest. Gently open your eyes. Draw your gaze upwards. And I hope your day is filled with many blessings.